For the crew only. If you're not part of the crew, please exit this video. These are not for your ears. You may not be able to handle what I'm about to say. And I'm not specifically trying to be, not specifically trying to be offensive, because what's interesting is what's offensive these days was not offensive 5 years ago, and 5 years before that, and 5 years before that. So you got to just speak your mind. You got to just speak the way you speak. Now, this is my house. This is my family. This is my thing. So I can speak how I want to speak. Now, if I'm at a dinner at somebody else's house, I'm not going to purposely offend them. There's no need for that. It's the real etiquette on that is wherever you're at, if you don't like the way they handle business or handle their social cues at another dinner or another house or something, you don't have to go. You don't have to go. Or just be like my father and learn how to just sit quiet and take it. And he's like, all right, I'll let you spout off about how, how the world's going to go under because of Elon Musk or something. Just take it easy, pal. But you got to find your niche, like I was saying last time, but I'm still seeing it. Notice the headlines are different, right? You see how those headlines are different? What was it? The last video? Last video was ICE and the fact that I know what that stands for. See, that's how a headline works. But immigration issues, specifically for Mexicans, not any other nationality. You see what they're doing? Because they're also looking to people that don't have their papers, Australians, Irish, Indian. They're also looking for them too if they've committed crimes, supposedly. But they're only focusing on Mexicans, right? Which that's how they pull the niche together to get you to fight. They want you up in an uproar, right? And then they specifically target it right there in Los Angeles, which is predominantly Mexican, a big Mexican neighborhood. You see how that's done? They're not dropping that over in Newport Beach over there. You see where it's going? That's an out of social media feed. They're feeding it to you. They're dropping bricks in Los Angeles so you can throw them. I don't know specifically on this one, but during COVID, I saw a rack of bricks right there on Ventura Boulevard. No joke. Somebody dropped that off. That's a fact. And you guys fell for it hook, line, and sinker and threw bricks through independent businesses, guys that are just trying to make a living, not part of big corporations, because you all are upset about big corporations. Only what's funny is you protest and do all these things about, not you guys, I'm not talking about you guys, complain about big corporations, but you're complaining about it on your iPhone, on your iPad, your iMac. You're complaining about it. You're wearing Nikes. You're driving a BMW or you're driving whatever. Those are all big corporations. You're still supporting it. So, if you want to play that game, sure, play that game. But, let's get rid of that iPhone, right? Get rid of the iPhone, the iPads, all the fun stuff. Now, you know me. I got sadly in my business, I got screens everywhere. It's too many screens. My eyes are going bad from it. It's too many screens. But it's what we're dealing with. So I'm still seeing you guys get at each other. What you're supposed to do with people that don't matter. Let me tell you a story. Last week, I'm sitting there on PCH, and the person in front of me wasn't moving. So I just sat and it's fine. Behind me, this lady is laying on her horn, honking at me. And then the person finally goes, and we go. I'm in no hurry. We're just moving. And she zooms right by me, does one of these motions at me to pay attention, and then flips me the fuck off, right? I'm going, what the? It wasn't even me. I'm just sitting here. But I had a brief moment of road rage, so I start following her, right? She notices I start following her. She starts kind of, now I do like to, I am guilty of this one. I do like to teach people a lesson from time to time. And so I'm following her. You could tell she's kind of starting to freak out. She's noticing that I'm following her now. And she makes a hard turn. I make a hard turn with her. She goes and parks around people, because she's scared. I pull up right next to her, and then I roll down my window, and she was obviously shooken, right? And I go, you okay, honey? You okay? I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong? And she goes, the light already changed. Just pay attention. I need you. Now she's probably 50. She's I think she has an Armenian accent. And I go, oh, you're mad at me. Oh, you're mad at me for that? I'm sorry, honey. I thought your gestures, I thought you needed help. I'm sorry about that. I thought you needed help, but you were mad on how I'm driving. And I go, are you okay? And she goes, yes, I'm okay. And then she kind of laughs. I go, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were in trouble, so I wanted to make sure you were okay. And she goes, no, and it was on Father's Day, actually. And she goes, no. And she's laughing. She's kind of having fun with it now. She goes, no, I'm fine. I go, okay, honey. Well, I just wanted to make sure you have a good day. She goes, you too, and happy Father's Day. She didn't know I'm not a father, but anyways, the point of that was, you see, she was so fired up, and I immediately got fired up from seeing the middle finger too. But and maybe I shouldn't have followed her or whatever. But hopefully she won't do that again. Because what if I was kind of a nut? And now if that was a man, that'd be a different story. I think I would have treated that a little different. And I'm not advocating road rage because generally it's stupid. You don't know. You just don't know. But I've done that multiple times in my life where I've kind of, people have brake checked me or given me kind of the finger and been a real jerk, and I've checked them. And they change their tune really quick when they're not in the car, There's something to that. And that's just like this internet shit. Where you guys here in this inner circle, you guys are down to, where we come from, if someone's talking shit to you and they're calling you names and you're fighting. That's why they're doing that to you, because we're fighting. That's what's going to happen. But now people get to hide behind their keyboards, right? And they're saying shit, and a lot of times they're not even real people. And you guys are getting fired up. I'll see you guys getting fired up online, leaving these crazy ass comments. You're arguing with a bot. It's not even a real person, or it's some Indian kid. Let me take a drink. Or it's some Indian kid. So, what I'm saying is, see how the headlines have changed? See how that's happened? It's the media again. They're playing with you. They're glitching your head. They're getting in your brain. And something you need to know is your brain is different than your heart. And you need to know that there's a part of your brain that wants negativity all day. It wants negativity. It wants procrastination. It wants you to be slow and gelatinous. It wants you to be sluggish. You know what? You don't have to. You don't have to go and clean up the backyard today. You can just sit around and smoke weed. And that's my theory on weed a little bit. I think they want you slow. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Works for a lot of people, not me. Too bad, because it'd be cool, right, if I could just be stoned all the time and get work done and do my thing. But it doesn't work that way. But I do have a little bit of a theory that they want you slow and docile. They want you docile. And I think we need to fight that with everything in our being. And I think that's what these protests are. And I think that's what the list of them are. I don't even need to name them. We know what they are. That's what that list is, for you to be slow and docile, to mix up your brain and not focus. So you can't focus on the task at hand. What is the task at hand? Your drive, your dreams, your family. That's the task at hand. Now, which generally is not us in here, but if you go, well, I have no family or no friends, I go, well, you got to take a look at yourself, right? We got to take a look. Because that means for the most part, that means you're useful to no one. You're useful to no one. How does that feel? Which needs to be changed. You need to be useful. Anything. Be useful to somebody, one person, not a fake person online, not somebody that you can speak to. Be useful. That's important. You've met those people that have zero skills, zero skill set. They can't put up can't change oil, can't make a cup of coffee. And I definitely missed the boat on a lot of like car repairs and things like that. Luckily, I have friends that can help me with that and mechanics, and I'm able to pay for it. That's nice. But what I'm saying is, you're useful to no one. Imagine that. Imagine being. Here's a game that I always play. I go, if I stumbled upon an island, and I wanted to take you with me, and we were going to build a new society. Okay, new society. We have our own currency, our own trades, our own medical, our own entertainment, our own everything. We have to build it from the ground up. It's plentiful, full of fish. There's plenty of food. There's plenty of food. You have wild boar aplenty. So we have meat. We have vegetables. We just have to build it from the ground up. Now you have to leave behind all this technology, though. We have to. So obviously, we need to figure out electricity. So bring my electrician friends. We have to bring my carpenters, my construction guys. Right. We need entertainment. I'll bring my comedian friends, my musician friends. Sure. We need nurses. I know a lot of nurses. We need doctors. Point is, think about the people in your circle, and if they will contribute nothing to this island, think about it. It's a good exercise. If they bring nothing to this island, that's a problem. You may need to cut them loose. They may need to go. I've been doing a little bit of that last, especially during COVID. Cut a lot of people loose. Not good in my zombie apocalypse. And what's funny, you go zombie apocalypse. Seems so far-fetched. Have you been down Skid Row? Those boys are zombies. That's what that is. Those are zombies. They're zombies that just get in your way. Maybe one day they start trying to eat you. But play that game. See the people in now you love them. So you got to fix that. They need to get a skill. Anything to help me out, man. Because usually the people with zero skills also are not fun to be around. They're not a great hang. They're not positive. They're always negative. They're always negative. You got to cut them loose. Cut them loose. Where they're constantly, you're having a great time, and they're like, you see what Trump did? No, I didn't actually. I didn't see it. I didn't know Trump knew who I was. I didn't know that. Now, of course, there is a saying that says, if you don't find politics, politics will find you. Well, that's true, especially as you get older. You got bills to pay. You got expenses. You got mouths to feed. So politics is you want to keep as much money as possible, and you don't want the tyrants to come in. That's the big one, and that can happen. And it does feel that way, where they're trying to break down our society. They're trying to break down and they do that by breaking up family. That's exactly how it goes down. They break up family from the inside, and they send it on a feed. They send it on your Facebook feed because they're spoon feeding you. It's called a feed for a reason. They want to spoon feed you ideas, spoon feed you advertisements, make your brain soft, malleable. They want to be able to mold you into clay. Not here, because we got our own politics, right? We got our own politics. Like I heard this was like, Ian, looks like you're leaning a little more right these days. I was like, I don't lean anywhere. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Love my country. It's the government I'm afraid of, right? So my goal is to govern myself. We govern ourselves here. Now, you got to play the game. Sure. We're not powerful enough yet. We got to play the game. We got to pay our taxes. We got to pay our taxes. When shit hits the fan, we got to roll with it. I guess you got to roll with it. Now, if war ends up on our soil, that's another world, right? It's a whole other world. God bless my military friends. I'm glad we got military friends, and I'm glad we got guns, for sure. Might need some more powerful guns if we're going to battle some sort of tyrant, you know. But I digress. Let me bring it back. I want to bring that back because I know the brains are still glitching. You didn't get my message from the last video. Get mad. Get angry. But put it in your work. Put it in your drive for your family. You don't need to waste it. It's embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing for your family to see you airing your dirty laundry online. It's fucking embarrassing. Try not to embarrass your family. Try. Do your best. Hey, we all do it. It's okay. We got to look out for our women, too. Look out for our women. This sort of thing is fucking them up, man. Because there's a major dopamine with online stuff that happens with women. Now, dopamine is a chemical that gets in that your body has to tell yourself that you did a good job, that you accomplished something. It's a reward system. And women are getting hit with that with all the likes. You know what I mean? With all the Facebook likes, YouTube likes, Instagram likes. And they're not real. It's a fake reward system. Doesn't matter. Ladies, I'm talking to you. We got ladies here too. I'm talking to you. If you got things to post, you got stuff to do, don't lower yourself for likes. Do not do it. You'll get more in the long run if you don't lower yourself for likes. And that's funny coming from me, huh? Because I love the ladies. Of course. Love pretty girls. Who doesn't? Why don't you, I like to joke around on other podcasts and things like that, but I want our women to be up here. I want other women to look up to you. I want other women to look up to you. Don't be the little Hollywood hooas that Instagram and everything wants you to be. I want you to be a stronger woman like I know you are. Because I wouldn't be talking to you if you weren't. If you're a weak little Hollywood hooah, as we say, you're not here anyways. You're not hearing me anyways. So it doesn't matter. I want our women strong. I want our women not to lower themselves or their family for the internet. It's embarrassing. Don't do it. Don't air your dirty laundry. Check it out. You ever seen me air my dirty laundry on online? You know what I should do is take a picture of actual dirty laundry. That's stupid. Put that online. I'm airing my dirty laundry. I never do it because guess what? You'll get a phone call from me if I got a problem with you. I'll be at your house if I have a problem with you. I'm not going to write a 2-page essay on what a promoter did to me or what my agent did to me or what this director did to me or whatever. No, you're going to get a phone call from me, and we'll talk it out. And I've seen things that people have aired some laundry about me in the past. I don't even respond online. You get a phone call. I respond that way, and that's how you're going to do it too. That's exactly how you're going to start doing it because it's fucking embarrassing. Air all your bullshit and anyways, anything in text gets taken out of context anyways. Just gets taken out. And I know Because what it shows me is you're kind of lonely. You're lonely. That's why you're having to write these long essays on how your husband treated you. If he treated you, look, check it out. If you're with me and your husband treats you wrong, abuses you, guess what? You got to tell me and we'll handle that. We'll handle that. Get you out of that situation. But if it's some dispute over children, whatever, and it's not a physical abuse, verbal abuse, hey, handle that. Do you have brothers? Do you have male friends? Maybe that can help. It's weird to have the. It's like I'm just asking this question. It's like remember here's another one, right? The Me Too movement, right? There's another movement that we all forgot about already, right? Now, so many girls are coming out being sexually abused. Where's your male friends? Where's your brothers to handle that? Celebrity girls, do you have zero friends? Do you have zero brothers? Because if you don't have zero brothers that are like, hey, I was abused by this guy, guess what? Say say my best friend's wife said I was abused by this director. Well, guess what? I'll be at that director's house tomorrow. We'll hash that out, suss that out, make sure that goes right. You feel me? And I'm not saying I'm a big tough guy or anything. I'm saying you can't let these things go. That's the problem. That's why we are where we are right now. Because no one's catching a smack. No one's catching a little back of the head smack. When I was a young kid and I started mouthing off, the older kids would do like, give me one of these. Hang me upside down or whatever. Stop it. You need a smack in the back of the head. They need a smack in the back of the head because generally we're up and going to work. We're going to work. And by the way, be proud of your job. I don't care what your job is. I'm noticing a lot of people, I'm getting in conversations with people at a poker game or at a party, and they're ashamed to tell me what they do. Maybe because of what I do for a living. They're ashamed to say they work for a garbage company. They work for a recycling company. I had that recently. They're ashamed. Why are you ashamed? You're working. I have all kinds of questions for you. I'm interested. That's very interesting. I'd be interested to see where's that recycling money going? What account does it end up? There's a lot of questions there. But you were ashamed to tell me that you had a regular job. It wasn't a cool job. It's cool to me. That's a cool job. The fact that you're working is a cool job. They're ashamed. I got to work 2 jobs. God bless you. God bless you for working 2 jobs. You should be proud of yourself. It sucks that you have to do that. But be proud of yourself that you're making a living, that you're putting food on the table. For some reason, especially here in California, we're making it so you're not proud of your job, to have a regular job. Because they make you think that every black guy can be a rapper, right? Every girl can be a pop star or a model, an influencer. Go fuck yourself with that. It's honest work. Honest work is good. Fucking pisses me off, man. I mean, get mad. I am. Fuck this bullshit. The feed. They keep feeding you all this shit, and you're grabbing it hook, line, and sinker. You're grabbing it. I didn't get through all of you. I didn't. It's called a feed for a reason. It's called a feed for a reason. Say that again. They're spoon feeding you what they want you to know. That's it. Get off online. It is great, like all this, the Google, ChatGPT. You can look all this great stuff up. Just little things, car repair, whatever. You can look that up. It's a tool. Look at it as a tool. But no, the machine in your brain wants you to fail. It wants you to procrastinate. It wants you to scroll through nonsense and look at chicks' butts, right? It doesn't want you to learn. The machine does not want you to learn. It doesn't want you to progress. It doesn't want your body to get stronger. It doesn't want your vocabulary to get better. You see how that screwed up? I couldn't say vocabulary. That's what the machine wants. You got to fight that. Got to make sure I don't screw up vocabulary again, because that's what the machine wants. And I am guilty of that. Get caught scrolling. I get caught scrolling, doom scrolling, trying to get angry. And maybe I do better. Maybe I write better music when I'm angry too. I definitely do, actually. I know that for a fact. You know, you can tell if my music gets worse, that means I'm living a better life. That means I'm not angry. It means my friends are around me too much. I got to be alone to be angry because my friends bring me up, right? You guys bring me up. And if they're not bringing you up, they're bringing you down. Get rid of anything that brings you down. Get rid of it. Deal with it. Anybody that's not bringing you up, get rid of them. Because if they're not bringing you up, they're doing what? They're bringing you down. Gone. Cut them. Useless. Go back to that island analogy. Will they be useful in an island that we need to build it from the ground up? Its food is plenty. The weather is great. Everything is perfect about this island. We just need to build our own society that can sustain itself. Right? Our own medical, our own housing, our own shelter, our own entertainment, our own food, medicine. We need all these things for this island to work. But if you are useless and we have to carry you through everything, you can't come. And those are the people I want you to think about in your family. Are they useless? Get rid of them. They're not useful. You need to be useful. Be useful to somebody. We also need to take care of our elders. That's another thing that's going on in this society. We're not taking care of our old people. They got all the wisdom. You know why? Because they live longer than you. They got more years on them than you do. Try to get some knowledge. Something about us at some point was like, they're old. Put them in a home. I don't believe in that at all. Take care of your elders. Take care of your family members. That really pisses me off too. How much the kids do not respect the elders. That really pisses me off. I mean, I wish I could talk to my grandfather. I wish I could get some insight. Because that boy if he was anything like me, and if I'm anything like him, he was a hustler. He didn't stand for no shit and got things done and saw a few things. You know, my generation, we were the last generation where there was no internet. Think about that. That's pretty weird, right? Where at my age, I saw internet develop rapidly, by the way. And now we're at this point. It's insane. It's insane. Now think about it. If you're younger than me, you were born into internet. Wow. You already knew how to type with your thumbs and you already knew how to type. We had to take typing classes. And I think I'm kind of lucky. I think I'm going to say I'm lucky to be born in that time because I see both. I wasn't born into AI. Scary, right? That's for another time to get into that. But I want you guys to get your goddamn heads right. Get your heads right. If you're going to fight with somebody online, make sure you'll fight them physically. We don't play that game. If you're really hating on somebody and you want to take the time, hey, give them a phone call and verbally talk to them. We don't have time to write essays unless you're writing a book, unless you have a website and you want to put out this information. You don't have time to be on Facebook where it goes off into the ether and you're arguing with family members over shit that doesn't matter, that it'll go away in a week. Guess what? It went away, right? All the issues, all the people protesting out there, they're weak because they have nothing. They found their tribe. That's their tribe out there. What sucks about their tribe is it disappears. It disappears in a week. When it's not popular anymore, it disappears. When they're not popular anymore, it disappears. It's their niche. It's their tribe, but their tribe only lasts for a week. Our tribe's fucking forever. Right? Act accordingly. I'm going to try to do the same. I'll see you guys next time.